Why is Mikel Arteta in there? Why? What's he actually achieved? Like, okay, fine, take away trophies. It's not as arbitrary as that. But what has he actually... He's built a good Arsenal... What, coming second 3 years in a row puts you in the top 10. That's what he's actually done. Well, and that's good for some people.
Nagelsmann one?
He's one of the best German managers going. He's the manager of Germany. I think Nagelsmann he's got a far higher ceiling as well than Arteta.
And again, I'm happy that he's not in the list, but I think you're going to have a lot of angry Arsenal fans.
Arsenal right now are in the best form I've seen them in many, many years. Maybe in my lifetime since they last won the Premier League title.
Why is Mikel Arteta in there? Why? What's he actually achieved?
They are cruising in the Champions League. They are dominating the Premier League as well. Top of both competitions.
Why is Mikel Arteta in there? Why? What's he actually achieved?
2 days. Yes, 2 days between those clips between Bouvet saying Arteta isn't a top 10 manager in the world right now and him bigging up Arsenal saying they are potentially the greatest Arsenal side in his lifetime. Anyway, moving on. Welcome to a new show where we go over the last week in Football Social, where we cover and make sure you are up to date with your favourite football creators and what they have been talking about over the last 7 days. Trending topics, fan meltdowns, heated debates, and many more segments of the show. This is your number one place to stay up to date. On Monday, Newcastle fans weren't happy with their team's performance in their 3-1 loss to West Ham. Newcastle fan True Geordie was furious with their performance and their shocking start to the season.
We score a goal in so many games, and this is all Newcastle fans, if they've got a clue, will know I'm telling the truth here. We score the first goal, we sit back, and we invite pressure on. When did we start doing this, and who the fuck thinks it's a good idea? What happened to the team when we scored early on against Spurs at home, went for another and another, relentless, terrifying to play against that Newcastle side was? We moved the ball forward with such ferocity and like, yeah, we're not the best pass of the ball, but we were moving it so quickly that it was very hard for teams to keep up with us, and we were a nightmare to handle. My God, you watch them now. Where's the fucking bravery, courage? Where's the ambition to change the game, to take the ball forward for your team?
He was also left furious with one of their star players. Listen to this and let us know in the comments if you agree or disagree.
I need to talk about Anthony Gordon. This has been coming for a long time because I've done a few videos where, he got sent off before the cup final. He got sent off earlier this season, missed 3 games. No one seemed to give a shit. He gets such an easy ride, Anthony Gordon, because of what he did early on in his Newcastle career. But a lot of what Eddie Howe needs to now do is stop thinking about the past, stop being too loyal, and think about what people are performing like now. And it really doesn't matter that Anthony Gordon had a good game against Latvia for England or a couple of good games against the worst sides in the Champions League, who wouldn't even be comparable to a mid-table Premier. Even West Ham gave us more trouble. Bottom 3 in the Premier League. The level of the Premier League is higher than those. So people are going, why can he do it in the Champions League, but he can't do it in the Premier League? Because it's fucking harder. And after those couple of good games, people are like, Anthony Gordon's back. Is he fuck? 2 games in a year does not mean you're back. He's gone 21 Premier League games without a goal and 19 games without an assist. Those numbers, for the pay he's on, for the reputation he's got, mate, Anthony Gordon is the most overrated player in the Premier League right now. For where people say him at and where he's actually performing, fucking hell.
Anthony Gordon, the most overrated player in the Premier League right now. We would love to know if other Newcastle fans also agree with this statement. But one thing is for sure, no goals in 21 Premier League games and no assists in 19 Premier League games for Gordon is shocking. Moving on from Newcastle to Erling Haaland and his incredible start to the season. Is he a robot? Possibly. Is he the greatest ever striker to play in the Premier League? Well, let's take a look at what this football fan thinks.
Erling Haaland has now reached a level whereby, we were talking about this yesterday on stream, if you have any other Premier League striker ahead of Erling Haaland, you need to look deeper into it, because there's no way you pick anybody else. I mean, whether it's Thierry Henry, whether it's Alan Shearer, whether it's Aguero, Van Persie, Drogba, Kane, he's eclipsed them all in my opinion. Like what he's doing, the way he plays, it's not normal. Like, this guy is a stone cold killer.
Do you agree with Kurt that Haaland is a better striker in the Premier League and has taken over the likes of Thierry Henry, Harry Kane, Alan Shearer? It's certainly an interesting debate. Now, over on Pitch Side on Tuesday, they had one of the most heated debates of the week. Who is the better midfielder? Rice, Tonali, or Caicedo?
To be
I
fair.
think Tonali's better than Rice. I think he's proved it more this season than any other season.
Really?
100%.
Why this
He's
season?
our team this season. Like he's
Yeah, but
carrying
you're
us
shit.
on his
You've
back.
not been playing
Yeah,
well.
the
this
You're in
season.
the bottom half.
Yeah.
By the way, this is horrendous ball knowledge.
It's not.
boys,
It's
for me.
not.
It
We're
really
saying,
is.
Mate, Tonali's class, and yes,
we-
No,
we
this
agree.
season
yeah,
has
he's
been
your
his-
best player, but
Do you think it's a better?
Yeah, but
best
you've been horribly
season?
under.
We're not like
You've been
we
underperforming.
do need to stop this sort of shit thing.
We're
bad away from home.
Standard, you've been underperforming.
We're bad away from home. We in the Champions League. We're right up in the
irrelevant.
It's not irrelevant. That's football played this season.
Yeah, but I'm saying Newcastle should be in a high position this season.
Yes,
or
but
no?
that's not.
So you're
but
underperforming?
That is underperforming.
You're looking at the team. Tonali himself has had an unbelievable season.
I understand that. But sure, it's more impressive to be the best player or one of the best players
In a
who's
team
like
that are doing
the
really well.
carrier of the team who are like pissing the league.
Yeah.
I know, but I don't think an argument against Tonali versus Rice debate shouldn't be. Well, look where Newcastle are in the league. Like that's ignoring a lot of.
It goes
facts.
towards it though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It can partially, but it doesn't mean like that's a very small part of the actual
You
argument
don't
of an
get given
individual
player
player.
of the season if you finish like 17th.
You think? Wait, so hand on heart, you think Salah's better than Rice?
It's the same way that Newcastle aren't doing very well in the Premier League, but Bruno's nominated for Player of the Month. Like an individual can do well in a bad team. Like that's
granted, but it does actually count for something if
Thing
you're
is-
doing it in a team that's also over.
The reason why I think Caicedo and Rice are clear is Rice is an 8, Caicedo's a 6, but they're also now adding goal contributions
Yeah,
to the
100%.
game, which previously Caicedo's never really done. Rice
Yeah.
has to a certain extent, but the way Rice carries the ball and controls the team, Tonali's got an assist this season. He's still lacking that part of that game,
you're on about-
which I think it shows how complete these two are.
That
does matter, though.
No, because what he's saying is wrong.
I think
though.
Rice
It's just
is
wrong.
probably the most complete.
Yeah.
Caicedo's as close as you're going to get to Declan Rice, and Tonali he's almost there. He just hasn't got that side of the game to him.
That's really wrong. You're looking at just an assist. Like Tonali will do all the legwork, and just because
Well, it's
he
fair to
might just pass it to
but he's
someone who
saying-
then make
no.
because
But he's saying the other two have elevated their game to actually produce goal contributions.
And I'm saying
as well.
Tonali does have goal
Tonali
contribution.
does do that.
This is what I mean.
But we're talking about this
You're
season.
only
Yeah,
look,
yeah.
no,
He has
you're
done
just
that
looking
though
at a
this
stat
season.
rather than
No, he
watch
hasn't.
him play. You're looking at
He has.
assists, Theo.
He's in the final third a lot. He
No, but
takes shots.
he
Yeah,
dictates
but I'm
the
talking about,
entire
I'm talking about
game.
the addition, like going the extra level,
Theo,
actually being
you're
the
not
person
listening.
to
You're not
score.
But
listening.
he's their
He
deepest
does
player
that.
as well.
I know, so is Caicedo.
Theo, he does that. You're looking at only
Yeah.
an assist because that's a pass directly to a goal. Tonali will bring the ball up.
I'm not. You're taking it very personally.
No,
here.
yeah,
you're not.
I think.
dig it
Well,
to
it's
Oh my
just-
God,
it's
they're
not
not
a dig at
listening.
all. I think that's completely
They're
fair.
really not. I can't get this sentence out. Tonali
Why are you so
will.
angry?
I'm really trying. Tonali will get the ball up the pitch, Theo, and then he'll pass it to the person who may get the assist.
the assist
That
or the
does not
assist?
mean they're not creating goals, but you're just looking at rather. Oh, he only has one assist this season. He doesn't create goals. It just shows you
Well,
don't
you
watch
concede
football.
more goals than you score, so ultimately.
But that's
you're
no.
pretty shit, to be honest.
That just shows you don't watch
I
Tonali
think
play football.
Tonali and Rice are very similar players.
Who do you think won the debate, and who do you actually think is the better player? Declan Rice or Tonali? Also on Tuesday, we had the return of Champions League football, where Van de Ven scored one of the goals of the season, running from his own box to the opposition's box before smashing it in at the front post.
Van de Ven, he's going to try and go on one of them glory runs, you know. Look. He's doing it! He's doing it! Square! Oh, what a goal! What a goal! What a goal! Mickey Van de Vengeance, blood! What a goal! Barry Allen the Flash! That's my defender! That's my player, blood! What's man talking about? Golazo! Goal in the Champions League! UMFers, blood! Mickey Van de Vengeance Day, blood! What a run! What a goal! What a player, blood! We are sold! What a goal! Oh my God! Oh my God! He's done it again! He's done it again! He's done it again, blood! Oh my God! Van Basten! Van Nistelrooy, blood! What a finish! Look at the run! Oh my God, look at him go! That's a centre-back, you know. I'm gonna finish that! What a goal!
There was more drama happening off the pitch to do with Manchester United, with one fan on X claiming the United Strand guy is putting more pressure onto Man United to win games. Saeed TV has responded to him saying this.
Look at this account here. He has got, I think, how many followers has he got? He's got 131,000 followers. This guy's one of the OGs, I'm not going to lie to you. I've been following this guy for years, bro. Back in the day, I followed this guy, yeah. So nothing against this guy, but I just thought absolutely crazy. He says here, if the hair, by the way, it's got 2 million impressions, by the way. So a lot of people have commented. He said, if the hair guy supports Man United, no idea if he does. He does, by the way. And people, by the way, are calling him an actor, a fake character. I don't know. It's a bit harsh for me. Because at the end of the day, yeah, you don't know. You're not to judge someone who's a Man United fan or not. Then he should probably drop the gimmick now. Look at the words that's been used right now. They're saying gimmick. You know, it's a challenge. So you should say challenge, not gimmick. You put in some bad vibes about this. You put in negative kind of, I don't know, man. You're trying to paint this to be a negative thing, by the way. He said, just drop the gimmick now. It's tiresome. Look at the language being used there, guys. Manchester United. Tiresome. We're tired of winning. We're tired of not improving. What's going on, man? But anyway, let's carry on. And puts a lot of unnecessary pressure. Oh, my God, man. Where's my football club gone, man? Oh, I can't recognize my club anymore, guys. Puts a lot of unnecessary pressure. Bro, we're Man United. We're the biggest club in the world, bro. Yes, we've not acted like one. Yes, it's not been the same. And yes, I can agree that Manchester United should not be winning titles or etc., etc. But come on, unnecessary pressure. What are we doing here?
This has been the tester week for this video. So please leave any suggestions and improvements that could be made for the first episode of this series, which will be starting next week. Any segment ideas, creators to include, and any topics to include.